think that all the different relationships have been amazing, and I think that all the different creative perspectives, I've been having the great opportunity to meet so many wonderful people.
A viral new video shows Shareef O'Neal and Kobe Bryant's daughter together. Even more explosive than what is being published online is the true story behind the widely circulated clips. What did the camera capture? Why is it blowing up so fast? What does this signify for the legacies of Bryant and O'Neal? Let us dissect it. Two legacies were rocked by the viral storm. The internet is ablaze with a disturbing new video that features the daughter of Kobe Bryant and Shareef O'Neal, two names no one ever imagined seeing together in a single viral headline. This is not your average celebrity sighting. Rather, it is a shocking event that has left fans in disbelief, detractors arguing, and the Bryant family legacy thrust into the public eye once more. Some claim that this may be the most damaging leak for the Bryant family's meticulously protected privacy since Kobe's death, while others call it outrageous and unexpected, and the speed at which this video is going viral only serves to enrage me more. In a matter of hours, videos are being shared on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, garnering millions of views. What was actually captured on video, however, is the true question, and why is it generating such a ferocious online response?
I talk to Kobe sometimes. I might start training with him.
Years later, this little statement from Shareef O'Neal seems prophetic. Supporters are immediately linking that claim to the widely shared viral video today. Shareef was always honest about how much he admired Kobe, and when he spoke of working with him, nobody could have predicted that relationship would resurface in such a startling manner. Years after Kobe's untimely death, the Bryant daughters, particularly Natalia, have attempted to forge their own route away from the basketball floor, away from comparisons, and most importantly, away from scandal, which has stoked the indignation. Here we are, however, with Natalia Bryant abruptly appearing in the same sentence as Shareef O'Neal, the son of Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe's former Lakers colleague. Family relationships are not the only factor here. This concerns the invasion of private lives, the testing of meticulously cultivated reputations, and the outraged reactions of followers to what they witness. Given that Natalia had previously been portrayed in interviews as someone who wants to enter fields completely unrelated to basketball, Kobe's remarks regarding mentoring young players suddenly carry a whole new weight. She has been candid about her modeling profession, her sources of motivation, and even her challenges juggling her time in college. Nevertheless, she is constantly drawn back into this circle by her father's legacy.
Honestly, I think that less is more, and I think that's the best advice that I've ever been given.
Natalia Bryant's voice has always been composed and elegant. Less is more. Her motto was that. The popular video, however, is the exact reverse. More controversy, more conjecture, more attention, and undoubtedly more indignation. This is where hypocrisy enters the picture. Fans share, comment on, and spread the viral video despite claiming to protect the privacy of the Bryant family. This footage is having a terrible effect, and every view, retweet, and OMG comment adds to that. However, we must comprehend the linkages before delving into the core of this viral moment. A random player was never Shareef O'Neal. He was raised around Kobe. Growing up, he witnessed the Lakers dynasty firsthand. He was the son of Shaq. However, he also looked up to Kobe as a mentor in many ways.
Oh, probably really? During the summer, yeah.
Oh, how dope is that?
Yeah.
Because they hint at the true intertwining of the two families. These old phrases now have a greater impact. Few fans anticipated their children would make news together years later when they saw Kobe and Shaq compete on the floor. What about Natalia? She is accustomed to being in the spotlight. She walked the red carpet, signed with IMG models, and talked about her passion for Paris, fashion, and movies in interviews. She was clear. She did not want to be Kobe's daughter. She wanted her own identity.
So my dad and I would always watch as many movies as we can.
Now, this statement breaks my heart. Through movies, analysis, and secret family customs, Natalia recalled her father. She wanted to memorialize him that way, not by making a big deal out of it. Even though she makes an effort to move into her own lane, the viral video is pulling her back into Kobe's shadow and into the same news stories as Shareef. The heartbreaking irony here is that Kobe himself had advised Shareef to put forth more effort and dedication in his training. Shareef himself acknowledged it. He desired education, encouragement, and direction. The internet is now using Kobe's heritage as fuel and Natalia's name as clickbait to turn that mentoring into something completely else. Because Natalia has done nothing to merit being tossed into this maelstrom, it is both ridiculous and frustrating. She is a young lady juggling her personal goals, fashion, and college. The internet, however, is indifferent. The video is indifferent. The algorithms are indifferent. different. All they see are bucks, shares, and views. People are so split because of this. According to some, Natalia ought to accept it, embrace the family tradition, take center stage beside Shareef, and let the world see. Others contend that this is disrespectful, intrusive, and contrary to all that Kobe would have desired for his daughter. Here's the problem though. The most startling information in this video has not even been made public yet, so we are just getting started. What follows will alter your perception of not only Natalia and Shareef, but also the treatment of celebrity families in the internet era as a whole. On the one hand, Shareef O'Neal has always been seen as the dutiful son of Shock, which is why this tape went viral and is so startling. The young man who honored Kobe's mentoring while battling health concerns, overcoming heart surgery, and attempting to live up to his father's legacy. Conversely, Natalia Bryant has been creating her own world, which is entirely focused on establishing her independence and has nothing to do with basketball. All of those meticulously constructed boundaries are now dissolving in a single clip.
I'm loving everything about it. Honestly, it's just flying by.
Natalia sounded like any other young lady, full of enthusiasm for her future when she talked about her time at college. She remarked, "It is just flying past." That remark, however, takes on a sad double meaning when you consider how quickly this viral clip is spreading. Millions of likes and unending comments. People who do not even know her personally are taking away her life, her moments, and her privacy. And this is where the public's hypocrisy really gets to you. In actuality, fans are the first to click, the first to gossip, and the first to share every frame of video, regardless of how harmful it may be. They say this to support the Bryant family and to respect Kobe's legacy. Let us not overlook Kobe's profound personal influence on Shareef. Kobe sent Shareef a message in 2020, only hours before his helicopter crashed. Kobe contacted him to see how he was doing. They were that close together. Therefore, it feels like the ultimate betrayal of that relationship for the internet to suddenly utilize Shaq's son and Kobe's daughter in a scandalous headline.
Oh no. I mean, I'm 5'10" and she's 5'4", so I think the height difference is a little bit difficult.
Natalia once chuckled about breaking into her mother's wardrobe, claiming that it was difficult because of her height. It was humorous, naive, and realistic. However, lightheartedness is not what the internet wants. They seek controversy. Sensation is what they seek. Even the simplest things are intended to be twisted into clickable headlines that depict her life as a soap opera. It enrages me because, according to Natalia herself, she has always stated that she intended to use fashion and cinema as a creative outlet rather than as a means of becoming a popular hashtag on the internet. She desired to share tales.
So in 10 years, I want to win an Oscar. I'm not sure for what Oscar category.
Not a narrative. These goals, winning an Oscar, directing movies, and fusing fashion and narrative, express Natalia's true self. However, her name is now associated with Shareef in a way that compromises her autonomy. Articles praising her artistic abilities are being replaced by rumors regarding leaked video. To be fair, the clip is not the only thing that has caused outrage. What it stands for is important. Celebrity kids are frequently dragged into the public eye by the internet before they are ready. The Smith children, the Kardashian Jenners, and innumerable others have all demonstrated it, and now the Bryants are experiencing it. The larger hypocrisy becomes apparent at this point. The voices calling for access to the video are the same ones who advocate for privacy protection. No matter how well known they are, no family can ever break free from this cycle of exploitation.
I'm Natalia Bryant and I'm with IMG Models.
With this phrase, "I am with IMG Models," Natalia proclaimed her freedom. She was expressing that she was more than just Kobe's kid, she was herself. However, the current viral frenzy threatens to obliterate that assertion in favor of intrusive opinion and never-ending conjecture. What is causing this explosive moment then, since it contributes to the enduring conflict between Shaq's and Kobe's legacies? Fans argued over who was better, who carried the Lakers dynasty, and who truly commanded the attention for decades. Now that their kids are in the public eye together, rumors and viral videos are rekindling their animosity in the worst way conceivable. Drama is popular on the internet. Regardless of how false the story may be, they adore the notion of Shaq's son and Kobe's daughter merging in some spectacular fashion. They enjoy transforming casual conversations into shocking disclosures. And right now, that is precisely what is taking place.
Like, they're only a phone call away, so that's the best part.
Natalia reminded us that she can reach her relatives by phone. She was telling the truth. However, speculation, memes, and comments eclipse that familial tie for the millions of people who view the viral video. The tragic aspect is that Natalia's personal comfort is now being exploited for public amusement, and this leads us to the true significance of this. It is not only because of the people in the video, it is also because of what it stands for. The blurring of lines between private and public life, between exploitation and respect, and between clickbait and legacy. Surprisingly, this footage speaks more about the audience, the United States, than it does about Natalia or Shareef. It demonstrates how easily we gossip, judge, and consume. It demonstrates how little we regard the mental well-being of young individuals who are surrounded by giants. The Bryant family yet maintains their dignity in spite of everything. Natalia has never been aggressive. The scandal has never been greater under Shareef. Despite the globe spinning their lives into viral turmoil, they maintain their composure. The hitch is that this is just the beginning. The most startling discoveries are yet to be made. Your perspective on this story will be totally altered by what occurs next. The exploitation machine, the spin, the fury. In addition to lighting up the internet, the viral firestorm involving Shareef O'Neal and Natalia Bryant also sparked a wave of indignation and conjecture that has not subsided. There is debate going on everywhere you turn. Is this information innocuous, or is this the worst privacy violation the Bryant family has experienced since Kobe's death? The fact that the film itself is not what people expected only serves to heighten the shock of the scenario. It is not scandalous in the conventional sense. Natalia is not acting irrationally, and Shareef is not having an out-of-control episode. However, it appears to be far more significant than it is due to the way the internet has distorted it and the way the headlines have gone viral. The outrage is that is the issue. People are claiming that Natalia's entire public image may be in jeopardy because of this.
I think that all the different relationships have been amazing, and I think that all the different creative perspectives.
Natalia was discussing relationships in a creative perspective, the modeling profession, and modeling. However, she is currently being pulled into a discussion that has little to do with creativity by her internet supporters. They are using those words as fodder for conjecture, as though she had a completely different meaning. The speed at which words can be misrepresented online is absurd, and for that reason, the situation is harsh. This was not what Natalia requested. She is 21 years old and juggling modeling, education, and personal goals. The platforms that purport to honor her family's legacy are dragging her through the mud, even though she is not the one seeking to cause trouble. Let us take a moment to go back. There was a genuine bond between Shareef O'Neal and Kobe. It was more than simply words. According to Shareef, Kobe would check in with him, offer encouragement, and even remind him to maintain his focus. The mentorship was quite intimate. Therefore, it feels exploitative when people now use that bond as a justification to link Natalia's name to his.
Yeah, if we play one-on-one, I'm gonna try to win.
Shareef's joking response from years ago on crossing Kobe in a one-on-one match was innocent. It was lighthearted. However, the internet is bringing it up now as though it proves a darker, more profound relationship. The extent to which people will go to fabricate a scandal is absurd. The elephant in the room is now at our fingertips. Unfathomable sorrow has already been experienced by the Bryant family. The loss of Kobe and Gianna was more than just a sports tragedy. Their family suffered a tragedy. Just to keep her loved ones safe, Vanessa Bryant has engaged in legal battles. She has faced up against corporations, tabloids, and counties who attempted to take advantage of the crash images. And now, years later, the same invasion is affecting her oldest daughter. It enrages me because Natalia is not merely being casually associated with Shareef. They are using her name as bait. Sensationalist cuts, viral names, and deceptive thumbnails are creating an inaccurate impression, and it is being devoured by humanity.
Hopefully.
When asked if she would walk a runway, that was Natalia's response. Straightforward, naive, and optimistic. However, a viral event she never signed up for is now overshadowing her messages of hope. It is almost poetic, but in a terrible way. A question concerning runway ambitions was posed to her. Instead, whether she likes it or not, she is compelled to walk down a public opinion runway. The harsh reality is as follows. The public adores it. They enjoy witnessing the collision of legacies. They adore the notion that Shaq's son and Kobe's Kobe's daughter are connected in some way. They adore the messy crossing, the drama, and the nostalgia. They also do not give a damn about the price. Let us take a moment to consider Natalia's self-perception though. What is her truth? Because the transcripts clearly depict a young woman with goals, concerns, and aspirations unrelated to basketball drama.
Okay, when I first got into USC, I was over the moon. I was freaking out the whole day. I told my mom, I was like, I got it!
Natalia was at her most sincere when she broke down in tears of happiness over being accepted to USC. She is that person. The true Natalia is that. And for that reason, this viral craziness is so frustrating because the internet is degrading her name through rumors and gossip rather than appreciating her journey. It is not only fans either. Even mainstream media are at fault. Without considering the underlying facts, they run headlines that highlight the names of Kobe, Shaq, and now Natalia and Shareef. They are aware that clicks come from those names. They are aware that controversy generates income. They also do not give a damn about who is harmed in the process. This issue is not limited to Natalia. The issue is not limited to Shareef. The issue is systemic. The families of celebrities are being used as content. Their sorrow became a commodity. Their privacy was as valuable as a company's equity. The pattern is unsettling, and the most recent and ludicrous example is this viral moment.
So my dad and I would always watch like as many movies as we can, and we'd go on like movie marathons.
This is an authentic recollection of Kobe and Natalia connecting over movies. It is stunning. However, a story that portrays her life in dispute is now overshadowing it. It is a cruel irony. Kobe's real daughter is being disparaged by the same internet that praised his girl dad persona, Shareef too. He is also caught in the crossfire. Living under Shaq's shadow while battling his own issues, surgeries, and injuries, he has been attempting to establish himself on the floor. His name is now associated with this tempest, and many have forgotten his true narrative, reducing him to nothing more than Shaq's son who was caught with Kobe's daughter. It is reductionist. It is not fair. Moreover, it is exploitative. Online indignation has been ruthless, criticizing the media for distorting harmless events. Some supporters stand up for Natalia and Shareef. Others embrace the turmoil by creating memes, sharing gossip, and viewing their life as amusement. Those who are just stunned fall somewhere in the middle. I am shocked that two famous families could still be at such risk of invasion. However, this is where the situation becomes much more disastrous. The story does not end with the viral video. This event will either become just another controversy or leave a lasting scar on the legacies of both families, depending on what happens next, how the Bryant family responds, how Shareef handles the upheaval, and how the media keeps spinning it. And from what we have already witnessed, the consequences will only worsen. Fallout, silence, and the startling turn of events in the video. The impact of this video is still being felt. They are getting louder, dirtier, and more absurd every day, if anything. What began as a straightforward viral video has now sparked a national dialogue about privacy, legacy, and the extent to which people would go to make their private lives into entertainment. The harsh reality is as follows. Nothing has been said by the Bryant family. Bianca, Capri, Natalia, and Vanessa have all remained silent. However, the conjecture is still going strong despite the stillness. It is really fostering it. The family is under no duty to provide the answers that others are requesting. And gossip sites looking for a story are twisting that quiet and refusal to participate in the circus into even more proof.
I think just try to contact them every day, you know, just being able to call, FaceTime.
Even if Natalia has been discreetly staying grounded, the internet has been anything but grounded. Thus, her remarks about staying in touch with family struck a different chord. Her family cherishes intimacy, decency, and solitude. Clicks, pandemonium, and virality are all valued on the internet. Shareef too? Nor has he been exempted. Every action he takes is scrutinized by fans, who wonder why he does not speak up. Why does not he put an end to the rumors? The reality is straightforward. Everything he says will be misrepresented, reframed, and used as further material. They label his silence as suspicious. They refer to it as confirmation if he speaks. There is a lose-lose scenario. The public hypocrisy becomes enraged at this point. The same crowd who applauded Kobe's mentoring of Shareef and applauded when Kobe contacted him prior to his death is now using that connection as fuel for controversy. It is ridiculous. Additionally, it demonstrates how easily loyalty is overtaken by virality.
Paris. I just love like the ambiance there.
Natalia discussed ambiance, fashion, creativity, and Paris. She lives in that world. She is in her lane. Nevertheless, the public pulls her back into the basketball world, back into her father's shadow, and back into the never-ending comparisons with a teammate's kid rather than concentrating on her goals. The fact that viral noise is overpowering even her love for Paris, a haven of escape, is almost poetic and heartbreaking, not to mention the horrible irony. One of the most enduring rivalries in NBA history was that between Kobe and Shaq, who carried the Lakers dynasty, was a topic of discussion among fans for years. Now the internet is rekindling that rivalry between Natalia and Shareef, two individuals who never requested to be used as props in this story, instead of celebrating their children's independence. The exploitation is not limited to rumors. Influencers, brands, and content producers are making money. They edit, mash up, and make money off of clips. TikTokers use Shareef's old film to weave narratives over Natalia's interviews. YouTubers post clickbait titles that shout about fictitious scandals, speculations, and thumbnails that feature their faces side by side. Natalia and Shareef are the raw materials in this factory of exploitation.
So are we gonna see you walking down the runway show at all this season?
Now that playful inquiry has turned into a cruel metaphor, because Natalia has been made to walk a runway that she never tried out for. Whether she likes it or not, of her every move is seen, captured, and disseminated. Every action is evaluated. Every grin is examined. What about the price? Identity, privacy, and mental health. Because in actuality, Shareef is more than just Shaq's son, and Natalia is more than just Kobe's daughter. Young adults, they are blazing their own trails. Nevertheless, the world will not allow them. The startling hypocrisy of fandom is shown at this point. Those pushing Natalia into viral pandemonium are the same people that like #MambaForever hashtags, write praises to Kobe, and identify as polite fans. While destroying his daughter, they cannot pretend to be honoring Kobe. When they turn Shareef into tabloid fodder, they cannot claim to respect Shaq.
Well, I love teaching everything that I've learned.
Now, Kobe's remarks on teaching reverberate like a specter. Teaching was his passion. He enjoyed mentoring others. However, he would never have encouraged Shareef or his kids to accept rumors as part of who they are. He valued diligence, self-reliance, and honor. What about this circus? Everything he stood for is the exact opposite of this. What does this leave us with then? The video continues to circulate. The argument is still going strong. The exploitation continues to occur. Shareef and Natalia have yet to speak. That quiet has great force. It is their sole defense against the virality machine. It is dangerous though, because silence is hated on the internet. Silence becomes crowded with rumors, stories, and rumors. And this tale will not go away unless something changes. It will develop. It will change. It will leave scars. This is the heartbreaking reality. This narrative is no longer under the control of Natalia and Shareef. The internet does. And the cycle of exploitation will go on unless the audience takes accountability and the public backs off. This is the startling turn of events that no one anticipated. The most widely shared video, the one that started this whole craze. It is not even brand new. It is old footage that has been modified, repackaged, and marketed as breaking. The audience is actually ingesting moments that have been taken out of context, but they have been duped into thinking they are witnessing something explosive. Consider that. Over material that is not even recent, millions of people are horrified, indignant, and chatting among themselves. It is the best kind of manipulation, and it demonstrates just how dysfunctional the online environment is. And what does it say for all the other celebrity kids growing up in the e-spotlight if this is what happens to Shareef and Natalia, two young adults just going about their lives? How many more will be taken advantage of? How many more families are going to be pulled along? Before we acknowledge that the system is flawed, how many more privacy rights will be lost? The Bryants are aware of this. The O'Neills are aware of this. However, will the viewers ever find out? Because this will be more than simply the narrative of Natalia Bryant and Shareef O'Neal if they don't. Every child born into celebrity will have their life altered by the internet, their innocence transformed into content, and they will be forced to walk a runway they did not choose. The most startling aspect of all is that this video is more than just a viral one. It serves as a warning that the next generation of celebrity kids will never have the opportunity to be more than hashtags, headlines, and gossip if we do not alter the way we consume content. Consider this. Are you upholding Kobe's legacy, or are you contributing to the destruction of his daughters as the video and the outcry continue to circulate? Because the truth is harsh. It is our decision, not theirs. Please click on any any of the cards on your screen to view more if you like this clip.